Hey guys, Technophile here, and as you notice, this is a bit of a different video than the ones I'm used to doing. There's no video game this time. I decided to do a bit of a different video than normal today, and I wanted to talk with everyone for a minute, just without all the crazy flips and aliens and zombies and monsters in the way. And as someone who's just starting out on the path of Let's Plays and gaming videos, I will admit I probably wouldn't even be attempting any of this had I not seen other YouTubers uh, be as successful as they are, with Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and so on and so forth. Um, in particular, Markiplier. I was initially shown a video by an ex-girlfriend. We started with his playthrough of Amnesia: The Dark Descent, and I remember, um, actually, kind of remember being almost enthralled as I watched him play. Like I couldn't wait to get to the next video. It was just all of his commentary, and he didn't even have a camera at the time, and um, but it was something about the way he was interacting with the game and the viewers that grabbed my attention and held on to it. And, with him not even having any camera at the time, it was just his voice, overlaid and everything, kind of like how I initially started mine, because I personally was working with a 10-year-old laptop, so recording videos with the webcam wasn't exactly the easiest or the highest quality that I could have been putting out. And I do apologize for my voice. I do have a bit of a sick thing going on right now. I'm trying to deal with that. But anyways, I remember his voice as he went about the game, and I remember being scared when he would get spooked, and I remember him laughing at his silliness, and his commentary made it seem less like I was watching a video of some guy on YouTube, and more like I was, almost like I was sharing a gaming experience with a friend of mine. He was very personal and everything like that, and he still is to this day, and I wish him the best. Um, and I think that's the biggest reason he is where he is today is because he has this sort of magic about him. And I won't lie, there's a little bit of hero worship going on here. Don't mind me. Uh, but he has this magic that just kind of captures you and makes you want to watch as many of his videos as you can, just because of that connection. And um, the reason I'm going on and on about this is I just wrapped up watching one of his videos, where he touches on his first channel, and as it's kind of funny because in a roundabout, like, kind of creepy, strange way, he gave me some advice. Because up until a bit ago, um, I wasn't feeling so hot about doing this. You know, I mean, I started this channel almost a month ago, almost not quite, and I see how successful other people's channels are, and and whatnot. It's like I can see the sheer amount of things they can accomplish with how with something as simple as a YouTube channel. And I have to admit, I was kind of getting a bit frustrated that my videos weren't doing as well as I personally would have liked. I think my most viewed video has, I don't know, maybe 15-ish, if not a little more in views, maybe a little less than that, somewhere in the 15 area. And it was getting very frustrated, and I talked to a couple people about it, and unfortunately, none of the people I know do anything like this themselves. So I'm kind of, sort of blazing the trail here. I mean, as far as my friends are concerned, and it's it could be a tad disheartening to see how all this is coming about so well for other people, but I seem to suddenly, for some reason, be struggling, and then and so it was rather strange to stumble across this video and to watch it. I was like, and it wasn't even anything I was looking for. I happened to be on YouTube because I was editing and getting ready to post my last bit of the Darksiders and video, and I'm still trying to work out the kinks in the audio visual area of my programs and whatnot. And why all of a sudden I had less quality video and as I had when I recorded, and I figured it out for the most part. It was the format of the video I was saving it in, but I I was just poking around YouTube after fiddling with that, and I ended up back on the main page, and it was like, oh hey, Markiplier goes into some secret videos, blah 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 blah, and I was like, oh well, I've got 5 minutes to kill. Let's click on that. It seems interesting. So I did, and I watched it, and he kind of went on this whole little spiel about who he was and where he was coming from and how he had got his start and like the numbers that he had back then when he was just going, and it was kind of interesting to see a video that I had just clicked on randomly all of a sudden for some reason have the exact advice I needed to hear when I needed to hear it. Hey, remember why you're doing this, who you want to be, and who's you know who you're doing this for. Are you doing it for yourself? Are you doing it for this and that? And don't do it for this reason, these reasons, and remember, this and that. And I plan to post a link to the video in the description if anyone actually wants to watch it. I highly recommend it. He gets, I highly recommend watching all of his videos. Anyway, I mean, it's so it was kind of interesting to find exactly what I needed to hear when I needed to hear it from the very person who, inspired me to do this in the first place, and I mean, it's still kind of creepy to be honest. I mean, it's like, how often does that happen, right? But I remember watching his first, one of his first videos for me being, the Amnesia series. And so it's like, oh, when I first started out doing this, I was trying to figure out, before I started posting things, I was like, do I want to do, it's like I've got a handful of games. It's like, do I want to do, Borderlands? Do I want to do Grand Theft Auto? Do I want to do something more MMO related? I mean, it's like all these options. And that's not even digging into my Steam library. That's just, the PlayStation. And so I'm sitting here trying to figure it out, and I was like, no, I happen to remember that PlayStation gave away the Amnesia collection a while back for free for having the PlayStation month thing, and so I decided I was going to do that one. It's sort of like an unofficial tribute to the guy who made me want to make these in the first place, And I mean, and it's been a while since I saw those initial videos, but I see how him and YouTubers like him are with their videos and how they are with their fans, and I mean, and I understand they have like a camera on them, so I mean, people act differently when they're in front of a camera, but it's not that way with those guys, I mean, it's they get up and they throw whatever game they happen to be playing on at the time, and I mean, they just show the world themselves, and everyone loves watching that, seeing how funny and crazy they are, and it's great. But and I definitely want to be a part of that. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to get to where I'm just 6 months down the road. I've got like five or so, maybe 100-ish if I'm lucky, subscribers, and it's like okay, cool, this is boring and it's not going anywhere, so I guess I'm done with this. And it's like I don't want to do that. I don't want this to turn into just another failed little experiment or fun thing that I do occasionally. I mean, I definitely want to take this as far as I possibly can. And and as I was thinking about that, because I mean, because he mentions in the video remembering why you're doing this and don't do it for the wrong reasons. And I mean, it kind of made me think back to when I got started, just playing games in general. I mean, I was maybe 4 years old, if that. Um, and my great aunt Bobby, she was the one who introduced me to video games. I mean, that was back with the original Game Boy. She had Tetris on it, and I ended up getting a Game Boy Color recently, not too long after that, from her and her mother, and as like a birthday present. And I mean, and that had the original blue version for Pokemon on it. I mean, they didn't know, what they were doing or what I was getting into or what it would end up turning into for me. All they saw was, their great grandson slash nephew might like this thing. And I mean, with these, it makes noise and it lights up and you can play little things on it, and it looks fun. So we're gonna get it for him. And I mean, and we, no one knew at the time that this would be like the thing that, would shape the majority of who I am as a person, let alone my life, and to get so many years ago, to get from there to here is just, I mean, phenomenal. Because you've got, all these different ways this could have played out. I mean, I could have been like, oh yeah, video games, those are cool, and I used to play them, and it's not that big a deal anymore, and so on and so forth, or I could just, sit here and come home every day and play Call of Duty. Who knows? I mean, come home, play Call of Duty, and ignore the world, and hey, and whatnot. But I mean, she definitely had this massive impact on my life, uh, with just, that small handful of computer chips, with the. So, I mean, anyone who remembers the Game Boy Color and like the original Pokemon games know that they weren't that, none of that was complicated. I mean, Tetris and I mean, not. Sorry for wiping my nose. I'm still. It's kind of leaking with the sick thing. I mean, not too long before that, you had the Atari and whatnot. So I mean, the greatest graphical innovation at the time played Pong, or the Oregon Trail. And it's like, so, no one back then could have predicted how big and, detailed and amazing video games would end up becoming and how much they would affect everyone's lives that are into them. And I mean, all she thought she was doing was showing me this cool thing she'd gotten, It's like, hey, check this out. This is pretty awesome. And I mean, she ended up passing away roughly around August last year, and I have to say that she was by far the most loving and kind person that I have ever met, and probably will ever meet. I mean, I don't think in the 30 some years that I knew her as a young man and finally as an adult, I don't think I ever saw her without a smile on her face. no matter how bad things got for her, how rough they got with her mom passing several years before, I mean, she always had a smile and a hug, and I think she would be really proud with what I'm trying to do, even if she wouldn't necessarily understand it. You know, I mean, she was kind of amazing like that. She'd probably ask me to do Pac-Man hey, yeah, make me Pac-Man video, which of course I would, because at that point I'd be like, yeah, sure, of course, why not? I mean, it has no story really, so I don't have things to react to, so I don't really have many jokes or anything like that to make anyone laugh, or nothing to get scared at so people can watch me scream like a little girl. But yeah, sure, let's do Pac-Man, because that's what she liked. I mean, she she was very simple, a very simple person, for lack of a better term. She had a there was a tear in the umbilical cord when she was in her mom, and because of it, she didn't get as much oxygen as she should have as a baby, and so she ended up with brain damage for uh, the entirety of her life. And um, I mean, she never let it slow her down. She never let it affect her. I mean, she loved to color. She loved soft things. Pac-Man. She had a PS2, I think, at one point we upgraded her. I mean, she still had actually. I got to talk with her sister, because her sister was the one who was handling all her effects and whatnot. But I'm hoping to get the original Game Boy that I mentioned, because she still has it, or had it. And I mean, yeah, I mean, I understand, like, this is probably going on a fair bit longer than anyone cares to watch or listen to me about, but I just wanted to get with everyone, the handful of people that are watching me so far, and just just touch base with everyone. I mean, it's like, I just started doing this a little while ago, and it's like I don't know where or how far this little thing I'm doing is gonna go, but I'm here now, and I'm glad I have the opportunity to do this, to be able to come home from work every day and sit down and just, share with the people, the handful of people I have watching me, hey guys, check it out, I uploaded a new video, and it's like, hey, yeah, toss me some suggestions. What do you want to see played? My friend actually wants me to do Killing Floor 2, and I'm gonna check it out, and we'll see what happens there. And I went and downloaded Steam and got a Steam account going, and I rated their free games because, to be honest, I don't exactly have much in the way of a budget to do this right now, but you know, we'll see where that goes to. I mean, I'm not really worried about that. That's not why I'm doing this, I mean that'd be nice, but I mean, if that was never a thing, then I would still be here, you know. Um, because having the opportunity and all of a sudden the ability to do this, because I went out and uh, got a new computer from a Rent-A-Center, so, specifically so I could do these videos, and it's I'm excited to see where all of this is going to take us. And in the end, I just wanted to reach out to everyone, to the hand, I say everyone, the small amount of people who are actually here at the moment, which I'm sure it will grow. I have every confidence in that one, because I'm crazy and I'm funny and I scream like, a small child, and everyone seems to like that. So we're gonna see where that one goes. Um, the only thing I do regret about it is when I was doing it without the camera, with at least with Amnesia, I uh I was playing in the dark, so it was a lot more um atmospheric than it is now. I have to have the camera on me, so I have to have the lighting so people can see me, see my reactions. So it's, have a little black box up in the corner and not be able to see anything. And so I mean, there's that. And that kind of stinks a little bit, but hey, it is what it is. I mean, we're gonna keep going with that one, and I can't wait to wrap up Amnesia and Darksiders too. Um, but I just wanted to touch base with everyone and let them know how thankful I am for everyone who's followed me so far, and just say again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't say it enough for everything, and just you guys, you're with me on whatever crazy ride this turns into for as long as you're willing to be subscribed to me, and I mean, and I just I mentioned earlier about not wanting to have this be something I just get bored with and run off, and it's like, just let it die kind of a thing. It's like, no, 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 no. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I don't care if this doesn't do anything but sit on the internet and collect dust. I mean, this is what I want to do. So I'm not going anywhere, not for a minute. I will be here as much as I can, as often as life allows. Because like I said, I have work to worry about and whatnot. But I mean, we're definitely gonna see how deep this rabbit hole goes, and I won't lie, it's been, especially recently, it's been a bit more than just a bit scary for me. You know, um, Not having time occasionally with the holidays that had come up recently and stuff like that, to throw something up every day, which kind of upset me, and I realized later that I should have probably just done something in advance. Um, but I have a slowly building follower base, and I think as long as I have that it's not as scary as it could be. And I got all these crazy things going on with friends and family, and I mean everyone wants to see everyone, and everyone wants to go drinking on New Year's, and it's like, I don't know, I just, all I want to do is make videos. you know but hopefully we can keep doing that, and I just wanted to let everyone know that no matter what, I will be here one way or another. I mean, you're not getting rid of me uh, in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I just wanted to say, I mean, for the handful of people that are already following me, and for the however many people that follow, I just wanted to say thank you, because, I mean, without you guys, there's no point to be doing this. I mean, other than that, it's just some idiot playing video games, just like everyone else on the internet. So, I'm actually going to end this here. This actually went on way longer than I intended it to, and I do apologize for that. But, you know, at the end of the day, this is what I want to do. I want I want to produce content for everyone. Give you something to come home to, kind of a thing. Hey, yeah, my day was shitty, but hey, let's check out Technophile. He's got a new video uploaded. It's pretty funny, you know. But here's to you guys. So, uh, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. And please, You know, if you guys like what I do, you want to see more, like, comment, subscribe, share. You know, tell your friends. I don't care. I mean, I gotta care if you gotta strap a guy down to a table and tape his eyelids open or something like that. Get him to watch it. But I mean, you know, whatever you guys can do is good for me. I mean, you know, I don't. I'm not currently making anything off of these. This is just me and my free time. You know, I mean, eventually, if that's the direction it goes, that'd be really cool. But I'm not really banking on that. So I'll uh, I'll just go ahead and say the usual. You know, like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to see more. And as always, if nothing else, I will see you in the next video. Bye.